Coach, the roster remains the same this morning as it did yesterday?
Yes, it did. Yes, it does. Yeah. Some days I wake up and I just get a brain cramp, and all of a sudden I just changed a bit. No, it was good.
You flipped centerman the other night for a brief period of time. Turris and Brassard changed wingers, did they not? And if so, how come?
I'll save you calculating here. You'll see that all year long. I switch my guys around all the time. It depends on who's played before, who's coming next, which guys I feel have played well or not well, or the matchup. And I was having a hard time finding my matchup last game. I was trying a line, it was tough, then trying another line. And in third period, I found that our best line against Matthews, and it was time that I found it, was Pajot and then Payet and Verone. So they did a terrific job against them. But in the meantime, that's why I was flipping guys to see what was happening. But the consistency of how the game was going there wasn't exactly what I was hoping for. So I'm a big fan of I don't wait. I do something about it now.
Should we anticipate defense pairings changing throughout the course of a game as well?
Well, probably less, especially that Method and Carlson are so used to each other, and Phaneuf and CC played together last year, and now we like what we see with them. And right now we're trying to develop a relationship and chemistry between Borowiecki and Weidman, and now we know Chabot will be coming in one of the two games on a back-to-back, either Monday or Tuesday. We haven't decided which one yet, but we'll fit him in there either with 6 guys or with 70. So we haven't decided that. But tonight it's 6 guys, and it's Boro and Weidman. I probably didn't pronounce Borowiecki. I'll be doing Boro. There you go.
Craig Anderson was, not to single out one guy, but he was disappointed in his rebound control the other night. How much of that played a factor in the total shots and scoring chances against?
Well, I wouldn't say it's the biggest factor. Obviously, if he says it, he knows what he's talking about, that he might have liked a few rebounds taken out. But, you know, we were out shooting them and out chancing them 10 to 5 at some point, and then we started to take a few penalties in the second period. So they got that whole momentum there that was hard to get back. And the minute we got 5-on-5, we scored in the second, and then though that's our mistakes from the forwards and the Ds after, kind of leaving him on his own a little bit there. So I wouldn't single that point out to say that. But obviously he wants to be better. The Ds want to be better. Forwards want to be better, and we want to move forward. We're playing against a top team right now, so our minds are at the right place to start the game.
What did your pre-scout show from Montreal's win over Buffalo?
Nothing that I didn't know about. I watched them play quite a bit last year. Watched some of their exhibitions, and we scouted them. But I mean, Carey's not there, but Montoya's a really good goalie. He proved it last game. I think they've got solid defensive core with toughness, physicality, and they got a lot of speed with the forwards. So that's a threatening lineup, and that's why they're considered, them and Tampa, to be the top team. So we know what we're up against. There are 2 teams that are the favorites, and we have to be at our best.
Did you think that you were going to coach that team Monday? I mean, when you were in the system and you were Hamilton?
Oh, I'm not. I never, to be honest with you, I was hired by Montreal, so I owe them a lot. But, you know, when you're in the minors, the first thing you have in your mind is we got to develop these guys. We got to develop. It was Pacioretty came back then. It was Desharnais, Piquet Souban, those guys. And that was my whole goal, was to try to develop as many guys as possible for them. And Jacques Martin was such a good person for me. Bob Gainey, they were unbelievable for my development. So back then, that was definitely not on my mind. Because I thought, you know, it would take a few more years just to start thinking of the NHL, but then a few opportunities came knocking, and you know, I got lucky and was able to get to the NHL, and I've never really looked at it as, okay, there's that place that I should be. No, that wasn't.
When Pacioretty was with you, did you see like what he was going to become? Did you feel what he was going to become? And did you think that he was like a captain guy down the road for these guys?
Well, you definitely know he had presence. So the minute you got presence, you see some some leadership qualities. Davy Desharnais was a hard-working kid that needed to believe in himself because he was a smaller individual, and PK Subban, was there to try to simplify his game and so on. So they all had different things that they were bringing, but you knew they were going to be NHLers at some point or another. We had some other guys there also. Weber was there. So we had quite a few guys that went up, and that was our main focus. Okay, what do they have? These are their strengths. Let's build their strengths even more so they become experts at what they are, and let's try to minimize some of their weaknesses so that they're able to get to the NHL. And from there, then it's not my job anymore. That was the whole focus. So we did see glimpses of everything that you saw after in their careers. And I was really fortunate to have those guys, really lucky, enjoyed having them, and real proud to have been part of their path.
Do we have a chance to say hi to anybody over there today, or?
No. They're down there, we're down here.